In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We don't often think about Great and Holy Lent as being a time of spring cleaning, but when you think about it, Pascha comes in the spring. And so what better time to tidy things up? A number of weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to approach the Great Lenten Fast with a tidy cell. So with a little help from my friends, I went through all the boxes that I had of things that I didn't need. Some of it went to Granny's attic, some of it went to the dump. Some of it was neatly packed away for future archaeologists to discover. And then I vacuumed my cell, I dusted, and it has been that way ever since. I even made a commitment with myself that although no one ever sees the inside of my cell but me, I would make my bed every day. So every day since that momentous turn of events, I have made my bed before anything else. And then I take the lampada that I have, both at my shrine and over the Bible that I have, and I cleanse the wick and I fill it with olive oil and I light it for the day. Another beautiful day. I don't let any letters that have come to me sit on the desk in my cell, because that was part of the problem in the past. It seemed like things would pile up. I hate getting letters. I don't mind text messages and emails because they're easy to answer. But I have gotten to the age that I'm sort of reverting like a teenager of today. I would rather go online than write papers or letters and have to find a postage stamp and lick the envelope and send it out. I've become rather young in my old age, I would say. So here we are. Today is the Sunday of the Publican and the Pharisee. Two very different people. I will never forget the time that I was in the Bay Area. And Father Paul and I decided to join some other monks that we knew, and we went to the Passion play in Lake County, which was this huge play that was done around the passion and death of Christ. They had burros, they had horses, I think they even had a camel, if I remember right. And when we arrived, there was this big sort of arena. It was all grass. And they had chairs down in the front row. And so someone motioned to us and they said, clergy are to sit in the front row down there. So we went down and we sat down in the front row. On the way there, I had at least a couple people come up to me and say, "You are the most realistic Pharisees that I have ever seen. You really have it down." And I thought, well, I tried to explain that I was an Orthodox monk. Much to my horror, when the Passion play began, all of the Pharisees were dressed not unlike myself. They were all in black. They had hats on with black veils. No wonder this person thought that we were part of the play. But I decided that I wasn't going to let that moment go by. I would always think about it. When we think of the Pharisee in the temple that Christ referenced, he's standing up towards the front of the temple and he has his hands raised up and he's giving thanks to God that he is not like other men, like, say, that tax collector over there. Well, we Orthodox monks and priests, what do? We stand at the front of the temple, we raise our hands to God. Hopefully we don't say, "Thank you, God, that I am not like other men." but the gestures are similar to the Pharisee. So what does that mean? What does that mean? I saw that as a wake-up call for me. I want to make sure that there's no Pharisee alive inside this old monk's body. I was young then, but although I probably didn't look it. So, what do? How do we imitate the publican? Holy and Great Lent is for that purpose, because it is the time that we look closely at ourselves. It is the time for spring cleaning of our soul. It's time for tidying things up inside of us. This is why we have the fast period. It's the strictest fast of the year. There are 7 major fasts in the church. 4 major fasts. I don't want to see anybody exit the door when you've heard the word 7. That was an accident. There are 4 major fasts that come before major feasts of the church. But the most sober and solemn fast, and the strictest of the fasts, is the Great Lenten fast, where for 40 days we are essentially vegan. We don't eat cheese or dairy or eggs or fish or fowl, anything like that. It's vegan. And we try to reduce the amount of food that we intake during that time. So, here we are facing this great and holy fast. And how are we going to allow the fast period to be the vehicle for healing that we need? One of the things that I wrote about in my blog for today, which I'm got a note here because last week when I gave my homily, I couldn't remember to call that hunk of rust an automobile engine. The word engine just couldn't come to my mind. And I thought, well, what if that happens today when I'm wanting to direct something to the people here and those who are going to watch this YouTube video? What are they going to miss if I miss saying what I want to say? So I'm going to say it. Part of what we have beginning today in this feast of the Publican and the Pharisee is we must acquire the Pharisee's virtues and the Publican's humility. There's a second part of this. We must throw away the Publican's vices. Remember, he was a tax collector. And throw away the Pharisee's pride. This is the beginning of our Lenten journey. This coming week is a fast-free week. You can eat all the cream puffs you want to eat this week in preparation for what is coming. May God help us all. Through the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us.